Hello everyone, welcome back to the Football Overseas. We have got Club World Cup on the agenda and, well, we've got 3 games on. Today, 1 game has taken place. Wouldn't you know? And that was an uninspiring, uneventful 0-0 draw. That's what it was. Penalty save from Ustari, 38 years old, had a great game. So did the Ahly goalkeeper. Messi had a quiet first half, came to life to the second, but wasn't much on the agenda now, was it? Inaugural game of the expanded 32-team tournament, and yeah, stalemate. Club Bayern Munich versus Auckland City. Auckland City, they're from New Zealand, amateur side, and as we know, football isn't the popular sport in New Zealand. It's rugby. So Bayern Munich, they're going to absolutely smash Auckland. Now, rumours are going around, well, in relation to fantasy, Club World Cup fantasy, you know, most of us have gone with triple Bayern, or 4 Bayern players if we play 12-man. And possibly rumours that Kane, Elise could be rested. Muller, Gnabry, players could start. But I'm thinking Bayern are going to win at least 8-0. Should be a goal fest in this game. Paris Saint-Germain versus Atletico Madrid. This is going to be the game of the day. Earlier on in the season, Atletico Madrid defeated Paris Saint-Germain in Paris to lead the Parisians at the time on the brink of elimination from the Champions League, with goals from Molina in the 18th minute after Zaire Emery gave the Parisians a lead, and Angel Correa with Atletico Madrid's rare foray into Parisian territory. 4 shots in the entire game, 2 goals, with the Parisians in that match having over 22 shots with 3 big chances. But now, the Parisians, as we know, they won the Champions League and they are the best team in Europe. With the addition of Kvaratskhelia into the team, even though they are missing Dembele and Barcola for this game, I think PSG will invoke their revenge on Atletico Madrid and they will overturn the 2-1 deficit early on in the campaign. And PSG are going to win 3-1. And Bayern Munich, well, they can play the second team, but like I said, they're going to win big. Kim Min-jae, Upamecano, Davis, and Ito are all out. And then in the final game of the day, we've got Palmeiras versus Porto. Now, this game going to be a very tough game to call. Palmeiras, they're a strong, consistent Brazilian team in and around the top of the league. And they've got a Portuguese manager in Abel Ferreira. And Porto, they've got an Argentinian manager. So, again, interesting managerial battle for Palmeiras. Their key players are Weberton, Piqueras, Estavo, looking to prove himself at the Club World Cup. First few games in the Palmeiras shirt. We'll see if he does damage before he moves to Chelsea next season. Victor Roque. We cannot forget about Victor Roque. Roque's Barca career never got going. Went back to Brazil. And who knows? He could prove himself again. For Porto, they've got... You'd probably say it's been an up and down season for Porto. Seeing Sporting and Benfica in the title race. Porto, not qualifying for the Champions League. They want a point to prove in this competition. With players like Francisco Moura, Rodrigo Moura, 18 years old, so much potential, and Samu, 21, looking to do damage and looking to prove a point. Gonna be a tough match. Gonna be a really, really tough match. I think this game is gonna end 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw for Palmeiras and Porto. The Group B games, which are, well, Monday's games, is Botafogo versus Seattle Sounders. Now, Seattle are listed as the away team, but they're actually playing at home. They've got the home field advantage, but again, it's like American teams. You could probably say, like, the atmosphere wasn't... I don't even know, like, first match of the tournament, and they struggled to sell tickets. It just proves, like, MLS teams are... you could probably say it's not really home field advantage. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the way Ahly played is the way Botafogo are probably going to play on a Monday. And Botafogo, our shrewd team, they were Brazilian champions last time out. What is the champion? I can't even... Yeah, Brazilian champions. They were the Brazilian champions. So they know how to win. Seattle Sounders, they've not been in the best of form heading into the Club World Cup. They lost 3-0 to the rivals Vancouver. And they saw in a game which they went down to 9 men. So it was quite bad. Also, they lost 3-2 at home to Minnesota. So Seattle going into this on a bad run of form. Botafogo go into this game will win, having won their last 3. Alex Telles, Vitinho, Igor Jesus, Arta will be the main players for Botafogo. Seattle, number 11 is their best player. But I don't see anything other than a Botafogo win, but Seattle could prove us all wrong. But Brazilian teams have got quality, more quality than MLS teams. And for this reason, I think Botafogo are going to win. Botafogo, I see Seattle. But then again, I see this game as a 1-0 or like a 2-0 game for Botafogo. I'm gonna say 1-0 Botafogo. I'm gonna say 1-0 Botafogo. Chelsea versus LAFC is gonna be the most intriguing out of all the MLS teams, considering Giroud could maybe get a say against Chelsea, one of his former clubs. But I have a feeling he will get that say coming off the bench. Bulgana is LAFC's best player. Hollingshead plays at left back. Palancia plays at right back, and Luis plays in goal. And for Chelsea, we could see a debut for Liam Delap. With Madueke, Cole Palmer, and Pedro Neto playing in behind. With Casado, Enzo Fernandez, and Reece James. Cucurella left back. I think we know how Chelsea are going to set up and operate as well. We could see some debuts for Chelsea in this game. Overall, I do think Chelsea... This one's going to be a very good game. I think Chelsea are going to win 2-1. LAFC, they're going to give a good account of themselves, but Chelsea, the quality of Chelsea is going to be too much for them. Boca Juniors versus Benfica. Now, this game, again, is a very hard game to call. Boca Juniors, you would say, yes, consistent Argentinian team. They are in and around the top, as they should be in and around the top of their league. Benfica very much have improved under Bruno Lage. Ran Sporting close in the Portuguese league and in the final and in the Portuguese Cup. They did take home the Portuguese League Cup. No Di Maria, Kerem Atalglu, Pavlidis, Otamendi, Korku will be the main players for Benfica. Their left back was he was linked with Real Madrid, Kakaraz. He's staying. But Boca Juniors, yeah. Don't rule out Boca Juniors. I think Benfica are still... Benfica, you could probably say, some people say Benfica run off favourites. And others will be more inclined on Boca Juniors. Well, you know the sport. You know how it is, Sporting Lisbon fans, Porto fans. Porto fans will definitely be watching, seeing if Boca Juniors can definitely do something. And I think this game will be a 1-1 draw. So again, another draw to close out Monday. Tuesday, you have got more games. Flamengo versus Esperance of Tunisia. Flamengo are a consistent Brazilian side. They've got the best defense in the Brazilian league, only conceding 4 goals and scoring 24 goals. In the last game, they smashed Fortaleza 5-0 with goals from Diogo de Arrascaeta, Araujo, Michael, and 2 goals from Luis Araujo. And Flamengo, they're expected to compete with Chelsea in potentially to win the group. And I think Flamengo, they're going to win this game 3-1. Tunisia, best African side, but you can't deny the quality of Brazil. Fluminense versus Borussia Dortmund. This game gonna be interesting. Borussia Dortmund had a crazy end to the Bundesliga season, qualifying for the Champions League ahead of Freiburg there with a 5-game winning streak in the league to secure that all-elusive 4th spot. For Dortmund, the key players, Guirassy, Joe Bellingham has now joined the club. He can make a mark in the Club World Cup. Adeyemi, Julian Brandt, Pascal Gross, Anton, Svensson, Rinason can do damage. For Fluminense, Juan Arias, Colombian midfielder, 27 years old, that likes to create chances and assist his teammates into getting goals for them, for the Brazilian club. It's going to be a very good game. And I think this is going to be a goal fest. I'm going to be very brave with this one. I'm going to go Dortmund 3, Fluminense 2. Oof, what we saying? River Plate versus Urawa Red Diamonds. We get to see Mastantano watch. And River Plate, they're consistent Argentinian side, as they should be. That's the standards over there. Gallardo back at the helm. Well, Gallardo being at the helm. Before his second spell in charge of the club, you have Demichelis. And he got sacked last season. And River Plate, we're looking at them for a poor league finish. He got sacked for a poor league finish. And the River Plate looking to make them mark for Argentina. And I think they will. I think they will do that. River Plate. Euro Red Diamonds of Japan. Euro Reds, they're alright in the Japanese league. But yeah, the quality is just going to show. Masentano is going to steal the show. I think River Plate, they're going to do it 3-0. And then in the other match, final game of Tuesday, you've got Ulsan of South Korea taking on the Sundowns, who are burning because they lost the African Champions League. So Sundowns, they're burning, losing to the Pyramids after 2 legs, after winning the South African Premiership. You would have thought they'd be on for a double, and they want some Sundowns, they've got some key players like Lucas Ribeiro, Reyners is another key player for them. And I think the Sundowns, they're going to win. Sundowns, they're going to win 2-1. Let's say 2-1 for the Sundowns. 2-1. Wednesday games, you could probably say there's more clear-cut favourites for these ones. Monterrey versus Inter. Chivu's first game in charge, managing Inter Milan's first team. How is he going to line up? Will Dumfries, DiMarco, the wing-backs, are they going to be playing wing-backs? Is he going to go with a back 3? Is he going to go with a back 4? Is he going to go with a 2 up front in Lautaro Martinez and Thuram? Is he going to go 3 in midfield? Çalhanoğlu, Barella, Fretatis, or Zalewski, or whoever takes part in that midfield. Gonna be an interesting game, interesting development. Monterrey, you cannot rule out the Mexican side. As per, they are here for a reason, And I'm gonna say Inter 3, Monterrey 1. Monterrey's key players will be Sergio Canales, Ucopanos, Jesus Corona, and of course Sergio Ramos. Manchester City versus Wydad Casablanca of Morocco. Pep Guardiola can unleash potentially his 3 outfield signings in Rayane Nuri, Rangers, and Cherki. And you'll probably say they've got a point to prove to see where they fit in this Man City team, and of course, see if they do damage. And Manchester City, I think you never know how Pep's gonna line up. You just never know, will. And yes, Manchester City are gonna win by 3 goals to 0. Real Madrid versus Al Hilal. Now, I actually like this game. Now, bearing in mind, for the Wednesday games, this game is the must-watch. Xavi Alonso's Real Madrid versus Ixani's Al Hilal. First game. Al Hilal can definitely give Real Madrid a game. But you know how it is with Real Madrid. If Al Hilal was to get a result against Real Madrid, don't underestimate Al Hilal, because they have got some quality players. Mitrovic, mate. He's a bagsman. The dude has been an absolute bagsman for Al Hilal. What a player he is. Even Marcus Leonardo as well. Another player, Milenkovic Savic, with 17 goals, 10 assists. Malcolm in there with 16 goals, 17 assists in all competitions. Ruben Neves is there. João Cancelo, Koulibaly, Renan Lodi Bonu in goal. Real Madrid, we already know their signings. Kylian Mbappe, Golden Shoe winner, 43 goals in 56 games. That was actually very good for Mbappe's sake. Mbappe has really been the guy scoring in every single game since Arsenal knocked out Real Madrid out the Champions League. That's crazy, the form that Mbappe's been on. Now, Vinicius could potentially miss the game against Al Hilal due to injury, but still should be enough to get the job done. Done against them. Arda Güler, you'd probably say he has a part to play in the tournament. As does Trent Alexander-Arnold. He can make that right wing-back slot his own. And Xavi Alonso really likes his wing-backs pushing forward and actually being creative for the team, which in an ideal world could actually suit Trent to a T. Fran Garcia will be the left wing-back. And Dean Hussein, I would expect him to slot into that starting 11 due to defensive injuries for Real Madrid. But again, Real Madrid versus Al Hilal. This game's going to be goals in it. And I think Real Madrid, they're going to win 4-2. 4-2. Pachuca versus RB Salzburg. Now, this game it's going to be the hardest game to call out of the Wednesday games. Pachuca did beat Al Hilal on penalties in a club-friendly game, warm-up for the tournament. And RB Salzburg, well, they didn't win the Austrian Bundesliga. They didn't win it. Win it, people. So we could see Salzburg do something. They lost the title to Sturm Graz on the final day of last season. So, with that in mind, I think Pachuca, RB Salzburg, they're going to draw 1-1. And the last game, Al In of the United Arab Emirates versus Juventus. And Juventus are keeping Igor Tudor in charge. So I have a clear idea who potentially is going to play for the Turin side. And Al In, again, you can't rule out Al In. They did miss out on Asian football, continental football. And I think Juventus will exploit it. And I think Juventus, they're going to win 3-0. 3-0 win for Juventus. So that is my predictions for game week 1 of the Club World Cup. And subscribe to the channel. Like the video on the way out. Don't forget to share this video as well. Peace out, people.